welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. Today I'm going to be showing you how I invented, created a new sort of pocket. I'm going to show you, I put it in, working on my waterfall journal. It's getting nice and squishy fat and loving it. Okay, so here it is in the back here. I have created some tags for it, so I just want to show you. It is these are all glued together. It has a triangular or diamond shaped tuck here that you can either put stuff going this way or stuff going this way. And then it's got two sides tucks in here, one going there and one in the back. So you can do it. There we go. I don't know why that was getting stuck. No reason why I should have gotten stuck. Oh, I didn't decorate that at all. Pre-decorated, but I did decorate the outside for it. This ends up being approximately 6 inches. So in most journals, if you do the normal 5.5, you're going to get a tab that sticks out. And let me show you. I have a prototype here that I was working on with an ugly page. Let me get a regular journal. My beautiful bee journal that I finished. I'll just show you on a page here. So if you were to glue this onto a page and close it, you would see that a little bit tucks out or sticks out, which is fine. Now if you wanted to go in a little bit more, I could show you how we can make it a little smaller and you could fit it in there. But this is the same tuck, tuck and back tuck. It works on here really well because I use the waterfall journal, so it's really wide. So I can even have it stick out this way. If you're going to do it on a normal page, that is 5.5. Like a 5.5 in here, probably. That's probably, yeah, that's probably about the right size. If you had this in here and you wanted to stick it this way, it would definitely stick out of the book. So putting it this way still works. And there and there. So, alright, so let me show you how I created this. It looks kind of complicated because of all the extra tucks, but it's really quite simple. I kind of came across this accidentally, just folding some stuff like into origami shapes. So it took me a minute to make sure I could do it correctly to be able to show you on screen how to do it. So I'm going to do a couple of them on screen. I don't think I'm going to do any decorating for this today. I'll leave some of these for in my to-do book. But I just wanted to show you how to do this, so if you wanted to get started on making some, you could. Alright, so I start with an 8x8 piece of paper. I did start with, I cut 2 8x8s, and I did do them double-sided. And the reason I did them double-sided, and I'll show you on my prototype, this was an 8x8 sheet that is not double-sided. And you can see the white back here? That is the part that'll show through for the back. So if you don't mind that white, you don't have to have double-sided. I prefer not to have that white showing through. So I took some digitals where I printed on 8.5 by 11s and I cut them down to 8x8. You could also take regular 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that's a little thicker to cut it down to 8x8. Might be a little harder to fold than this paper, but it is totally doable. So, alright, so we're going to start, I'll start with this one because it's a little lighter. Now what you want to do is you want to figure out what you want to be on this front triangular pocket. What ends up there is going to be what's on your right hand side in the middle. This right here is going to be what the triangle diamond ends up being. So you want to make sure that that's the part you want in the front. So if I wanted this in the front, I could put it there, that however I wanted it in the front. I'm going to focus on putting the music on the front. Okay, so you're going to take your 8.5, your 8x8s, and you're going to fold them in half. Okay. Alright, so the part that you want the diamond for, you're going to take and fold those corners down close to the center. Fold. Now, when you were a kid, you folded. This reminds me of when you were folding airplanes. So we're going to fold it there. and make sure that it does close. And I'm gonna squish them down a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna take this right here and I'm just gonna fold it back so it's got a bit of a crease. Don't have to necessarily bone fold that. Just want it to have a little bit of a bend. Okay, so there is the beginning. Now for this side, the part that's lower to you, we are also gonna fold in, but we're not gonna fold all the way in. We're gonna leave a bit of room. This is the first side pocket, or the front side pocket, so we want to fold it in a little. And then this one is the back side pocket, so we don't want to fold it in as much. This is random, however big you want to have it, but you can see here's the fold. So I have just that little bit there, and here from the fold, I've got quite a bit. You can kind of see more better here, the spacing between the two. Okay? So when this gets folded up, you'll see that there's the pocket, and that's the littlest bit that I had showing through for the background. That is all it's going to show through. Again, if I didn't want it two-sided, that would be white. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue all 4 of these little dudes down. We don't want them to pop up, so we're just going to fold them all, glue them all down. How is your day going? Hopefully well. I am happily crafting this afternoon. There we go. There we go. A little stuck to the book. Oh, goodness me. And last one. Okay. All right, so we're going to take all those 4 sides and glue them down. All right. That is a stuck page we're going to get rid of because that is too sticky. Okay, so here comes the fun part. All right, so we're back to this is going to be the front, and that's the glue. Now, I'm going to take rollaway glue. There we go. I'm going to take my sticky glue because I want a fine line. I'm going to glue right next to, on this map page, right next to the original 2 flaps. Just a nice thin line. You don't have to go all the way down, just half, because we are going to fold it up and glue it. Okay. Alright, so we have constructed our pockets. Now you got to say, wait a second, what about that front triangle? This is where the fun comes. Get this out of the way. Okay. Alright, so you're going to take this part that's open here, see it? And you're just going to lift it up, and you're going to point this point to the top. Even it up, and bone fold. And there you have it. Bada bing, bada boom. So, I have cut some sized cards that will fit here. Alright, so this cute little pocket, I have cut where it is 2 3/4 wide by about 4 inches tall. And that seems to fit beautifully into the pocket. Again, if I had a bigger journal, I could go that way. The pockets that are in here, I have cut 4 inch wide, 4 inch squares, and I think this is 4 by 5, right? No, 4 by, but here's the back one. For the front pocket, I cut 4 by 4s to stick up. And if you have a smaller page, and you have to squish it in there, you'll have to probably measure how big you need that. But 4 by 4 fit pretty well into there. And then these are as well about 4 inches wide, but they are taller at 6 inches, just so they fit a little bit bigger in the back. So let me get my journal again. a more real size journal. And we're going to go to a normally kind of page. I'll just go with this pretty B page in the middle. So, if we were going to glue this down into here. Okay, so we're going to glue this down into here. You could see that it would stick out. Just a cute little tab. And we could put our tab going that way. Now you technically could have it go straight up and down. It would fit, it just won't go into the bottom there. I just thought it was kind of fun to have a tag that went to the side. I'm going to move it that way just so you can see a little better. So then I have my 4x4s, which are going to fit in here, and you can see that it's a smaller journal, so I probably would want to cut this down to maybe 3.5. And then we've got the bigger one, which depending on how you glue it back here, you could determine the size of that, but I like the bigger 6-inch tag for that. So there is that fun little tag pocket holder. Why do I have a piece in there? Oh, I think I was going to originally show it here. You see, that was the part that I cut off when I made the 8.5 by 11 to make it 8. I cut off one of the sides to get rid of it. So this would actually go here pretty good. The colors are great. And there's that little Bella birdie, so cute still. But I could definitely, if I wanted to keep it this size, I could glue it in even farther to have more of a tab stick out, determine where I want it to go, and do that. All right, I'm going to jump in here and interrupt the video. I was watching it back, editing it out, and realized I never actually showed how to glue these in. So the way that I glued it into that original book was pretty straightforward. I have just a book page that would normally go into a signature, but I'll probably just put into a book at some point. So I'm going to just come it out to the side because as we know, if it's sewn in, we don't really want it to the end. So I'm just going to have it come out a bit. So I'm going to glue the bottom, and then I'm going to glue up to here on this part here. So we're just going to glue on the bottom. Whoops. Why do I always go off the edge of that page? I don't know. And there. I'm not going to glue in there because we want to keep that a bit free if we want to have a journal card. Went a bit long there, but that's okay. Okay. Now, I could have glued a little bit more back here. For it. I believe I originally did that in the first one, but that kind of limits this tuck a little bit. I believe, I shouldn't say I believe, I know, I glued it where this fold is, and I glued the whole triangle down so that, if you imagine, this is just the pocket for it. But since this is a bit smaller page, I'm just going to glue here and have that open on that side, so that when you have this is glued in here from the original glue when we did it, and then this card back here has a little bit more leeway to not be stuck in here. It has a little bit more leeway to be able to go back over there, and you still have the pocket open to do that side tuck. So, all right, just wanted to pop in and finish that off. So there you are, back off to the end of the video. Now what I said earlier is if you do not want it to stick out at all, once you make it here, you could go ahead and chop this off. I'm just going to fold it lightly. Pretend you could chop it off and just have smaller pockets in there. Options. I say there are options. So there is also another option. Let me get this out of the way again. To use a different size page. So I had this page laying around for the Edith Holden book. It's one of her just not picture things. It's one of her more written ones, double-sided written. So these Edith Holden books happen to be 9 inches tall by 7 inches wide. So to get it to work, I cut it down to be 8 inches tall and kept the width at 7. So this is an 8 by 7 piece to start. And I'll show you that it will work. You really do need the 8 going, you really need the 8 going this way, otherwise it's too hard to get the, yeah. It's good to have the 8 going the one way. Alright, so I decided that I wanted these words in the front, so I laid it with that to that side. So we're going to fold it in half, and you can tell I have pre-folded just to make sure it worked. Fold it in half, and then we're going to fold those 2 corners down, and then we fold the bottom one up higher and that one down smaller. Now you can see that being it's not 8 by 8, you have much more space in between the things. So we're going to fold that up, and I would do all the gluing and go ahead and fold it. So, a little bookie, time to come here. Took my little marker out. Oh, you can't see where it was. There it is. So now, the 8 by 7 also works. It's just not as tall. Upside down. It's not as tall as that one, but it is still the same width. Now this, and the reason I said that you don't want to have the, you got to be careful which size it goes, because now this is much smaller than this tag was, so my size is a little bit big. So, but it does work. Definitely does work to be able to get these to go in here. I haven't glued it, so this would probably have to be a lot smaller to go in there and to do that. So, book pages. Book pages will work. All right, so now that I've kind of confused you just a little bit, let us take one more piece of paper, and we're going to go ahead and do the fold. So, we're going to determine, as the backing, we're going to determine which part we want to be on the front fold. So this is really a nondescript. I might want this because you figure it also kind of turns a little bit. So I think I might want this as my diamond. We'll give it a shot. I do want to show you on this one, the page that I picked was kind of just colors, but more of a gradient of colors. So the one part that over here was a lighter orange, and this part was darker. So I thought when that laid on there, it was nice to have the lighter part on the top. So you can pick solids-ish to do for this. It doesn't have to have necessarily a print. Okay, so we're going to start with the 8 by 8s. We're going to fold it in half. And we are going to fold this down to the center mark, close but not touching, because you do want to be able to have room to fold. And we're going to move it here. I think the key to this fold is that they're even. Is really the biggest key to that, to have it be even there. Okay. All right, so we're going to just do a nice, easy, not a bone fold there. Just helps with the swivel, I guess you would call it in the end. All right, so the bottom one, we're going to put a little deeper. First fold in the front, and this one is going to be a little less. Okay, and like I said, normally I glue, and do that. See the brown coming through? Just, I think that looks much nicer than if there was, say, white in there. I think that would look bad. All right, without even gluing it, you can actually do the, you have to put your finger kind of where it would be. That's why we put that fold in there. That goes right there. And we're just going to go. And we are going to that's kind of cool. Yeah, that part that I picked had that lighter area in the words, so flower's a little upside down, which I'm not totally mad at, but there it is. Cute, huh? I think so. And then we would put the tag in there. Tag in there, and big tag in the back. So there would be our compilation. Okay, so after we got that put together, put it on a beautiful little book page. Wasn't that pretty together? This is too big. This is 8 inches, 7 inches. 7 inches. So normally book pages are 5.5, but so if it was 5.5, it would probably be sticking out a little like before. There you go. Beautiful. Okay, well that is going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that video and are able to reproduce these fun pockets. I think these are going to be fun to decorate. Like I said, nice little space here to put a focal point, a little decoration there. Yeah, fun place to tuck some stuff in. So that is going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like to see future videos from me, subscribe to my channel. And if you like this one, a thumbs up would be awesome. Appreciate each and every one of you that stops by to take a look at what I've got, and hopefully you'll come back and visit again. So that's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much, and as usual, have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.